So we discussed about the local client copy and also the profile administration, client creation, logical system creation, and also how to log into the newly created client. So there is a one parameter we need to change it. So that's why we discussed about the profiles and parameter administration, RJ10, RJ11. So yesterday I faced one interview. During that interview, they asked all these questions. So what is the difference between RJ10 and RJ11? Okay. So and also if you change the parameter, I want to change the parameter permanently. Where I have to change it? Do we need to restart the SAP? Also, we need to restart the DB. Is it required? So all these questions they have asked. So is it required to restart the DB as well? Anyone can jump in.
Application can be
No.
fine.
So why it's not required to restart the DB?
It's required for only application server, I think.
Yeah. So only application server related parameter settings we are changing. There is no use of restarting the database, right? So it's not required. Only application server is required to restart. So that's the purpose. So we are restarting the only application server, only specific application server. Okay, so that's it. So and also local client copy also we discussed, from any client to any client, any profiles we can. So for your safety purpose, you can remember the few client profiles: SAP underscore all, SAP underscore user, SAP underscore cust, SAP underscore cust v, and SAP underscore so vcast. Many are there. So you can remember 4 or 5 client profiles. That's been sometimes they may ask you saying that, can you name it few of the profiles which you remember? So in this case, you have to remember, right? Just remember the few of the profiles. Okay. So our client copy is the pull mechanism, not the push mechanism. Full mechanism means, so if you want to within the system, suppose within the system, you want to send the, this is the one client, this is the newly created client. Suppose this is the 100 client, this is the 500 client. So you want to send the data to, you need data in the 500 client, right? So you need data in the 500 client, then you need to log into the 500 client, then you can pull the data from the here. Our is the pull mechanism, not the push mechanism. Push mechanism means we have to log into the 100 client, then we need to push the data to here. Pull mechanism means we have to go to the 100 client, 500 client, target client, then we need to pull the data. So that is the our SAP mechanism is the pull mechanism. So which means, so pulling, pull, push, you understand, right? When you go to the any shopping mall or anything entrance, there is a pull and push, right? So that you can understand simply.
While entering that give that SCCL T code, it will shows that targets is it with default
Source client, yeah.
How you can, yes.
Right, exactly. So you go to the SCCL, so the target client is the 100 client. Why? Because you logged into the target client. No, I want to send the data to the 000 means you need to log into the 000. Then here the target client is the this one. So source client, whatever the data you want to pull, just you can just select it. The client you want to, whatever the client, you can select the client. Then you can source client to target client, you can pull the data. So which means mandatory, you need to log into the target client. Okay, small logic here. Logic means the target client you need to log in. So which client you want to, you need data, you need to log into that client. Sir, then how can I log in, sir? Here target client, new client we have created, but which user I have to log in? I don't have any user. Then in this case, what I have to do? What I have to do? I created the 999 is the new client. I don't have any user IDs and passwords. Then how can I log in and do the client copy, sir?
SAP star parameter changes.
So is it required to restart or not? Yes.
Need to
Right?
Restart
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Definitely we can restart.
Yeah. So during your conversation with your interviewer or your colleagues or your manager, sometimes they will ask you these questions, right? So how can I log in, something like that? So you need to clearly say yes, we can log into the target client with SAP Star with the pass, but it's required to change one parameter. That parameter is required to restart. Maybe we can plan in the non-business hours. So here, when you are speaking in the SAP, we have to you need to remember the few points: business hours, on off business hours, or non-business hours. You know it. Business hours means, suppose our India business hours. If I talk about the India business hours, our business hours timings is like 10 to evening 6 or 7, right? That is our most of the business hours. Like suppose if I take the UK also it's like 9 to 4, something like that, their business hours. US their timing. But if we are supporting for the UK customer, so UK customer business hours are 9 to 4, but our timings 9 is plus 4.5, like 1:30, means 1:30 we have to log in, then we have to do the our work. So that is the business hours. Maybe sometimes we may have to do the shifts as well, 3 shifts. So maybe 24/7 support we have to support. As a basis means we have to support the 24/7 support, which means so few persons in the morning shift, few are in the afternoon, few are in the night shift. Some projects they don't have any shifts, only common shifts. If it's an Indian project, so Bindas morning 7 to mornings 10 to 7. It's a Bindas life, like government life. Okay, so like that's kind of. So that is what. So our local client copy we discussed it. Today we'll discuss about the remote client copy. Okay, one more client copy number 2. Like one local, second one is the remote. Sir, within the system you explained very well, so somehow we got it, so we got it and we practiced it. That is called the so local client copy, we got it. Suppose my requirement is not in the within the system, sir. I have one system in the landscape. This is my system, this is my system, this is called the ABC or NWD. So this is, I have NWD system, and also I have, so I have ECP system also available, sir. My case is here, not within the system, sir. I have between two systems, sir. I have. So how can I do the, I want data from this client here. You need one client here. So I have one client, sir, here. Here also I have the one client, sir. I want to data from this client to this client, sir. In this case, so what is the method I have to use it, sir? So which one I have to do that one? Yes, it's possible. So here we can use the remote client copy, means between two systems, between two clients, copy the data from one system to another system. So this is my mobile, this is Chandra mobile. So I want to copy the movie from here to here. How can I copy the data then? Here,
Sharing.
yeah, sharing. Suppose here Bluetooth connectivity I need to establish, right? Suppose I have the Bluetooth and Chandra will accept my Bluetooth and I can forward the document to Chandra mobile, right? Here between two mobiles, between two folders, so I'm transferring the data. Sir, how can I transfer, sir? Here mobile phone, we can establish the connectivity, either the Bluetooth connectivity, maybe share it app, some apps are there, right? Maybe we can establish the between two mobiles, we can establish the connectivity. Through that connection, we can share the data to from this mobile to this mobile, we can share it. But SAP level, how can I do that one, sir? Connectivity. How can I establish the connectivity between two systems? So which means here there is a subtopic is called the RFC administration. RFC administration, which means remote function call. Remote function call. In SM59, we have to establish the connectivity in the SAP. So in your mobile phone, if you go to the maybe settings, Bluetooth on, search, connect. That is what you will do in the settings tab. So maybe what about the here in the SAP level? SAP level also settings tab, but here we have the SAP level, we have the transaction codes, right? T code based concept, which means each T code is refers to the one business page. And then here, so what is the transaction codes are to establish the connectivity to the between two systems. Then you can go to the SM59 is the transaction code to establish the remote connectivity to between two systems. So that is the concept. Why? Because before performing the remote client copy, you need to establish the connectivity. You need to establish the connectivity. So connectivity means, suppose here if I take outside of the example, so I want to transfer the data, I want to transfer the one document, I want to courier something from Hyderabad to Bangalore, right? Previously our example is within the Hyderabad. Now from Hyderabad to Bangalore I need to transfer the data. Then here, then how can I transfer here? First of all, connectivity should be required, right? Either the road connectivity, either the air connectivity, either the water connectivity. We don't have any water connectivity from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Okay, only air connectivity, flight, maybe what is the road, either the bus, lorry, car, maybe train. So whatever it may be, that is the road connectivity. But the connectivity should be required, right? So then how to establish the connectivity means, so then road, highway road, to highway road we can establish the connectivity. That is fine. The highway road is called the connectivity here between two cities. Then what about the here SAP? Here SM59 is the transaction code to establish the connectivity between the two cities, right? Which means two systems. Then we can go to the SM59. Then we can establish the connectivity here. So, sir, which connectivity I have to take it here? So here connectivity means, sir, if both are above systems, okay, that is fine. Both are cities by that is fine. But my target system is the not city, that is the small city, small village, okay, small town. Then we have the types of connectivities are there. Here in SAP also we have the types of connectivities are there. So which means above connection, which means both source and target are above, we can establish the above connection. My target system is HTTP. So we have some banking sites, some other sites, third-party sites. You want to send the data from your SAP to third-party sites, you need to, that HTTP site, you need to configure it here. That is the HTTP connectivity. TCP/IP, some program IDs connectivity, some non-SAP systems. Non-SAP systems, you need to use the TCP/IP. So some ABAP connections, internal ABAP connections, we already there. ABAP drivers connection and the internal connections. So the HTTP connection is called the external connections. So we have the types of connections that are there. When you go to the SM59, you can see ABAP connection, HTTP connection to the external server, internal connection, logical connection, TCP/IP connection through program IDs. We will connect it. Normally, these two will be very useful. The ABAP, HTTP, and TCP/IP. So remaining connections, no one created. Even I did not get chance to create any connections till now. The logical. Just if any in case we have to some workflows, everything, it will be created system internal. But you don't need to worry about that. You have to worry about these three connections. Sir, my target system is the ABAP system, means SAP system. In this case, you can take the HTTP connection. Select this one, click on the create. So what is the destination? What is the road name? What is the destination you are creating? Suppose I want to create the connection to NWD client 100. I want to create the connectivity. Then I type the NWD client 100 description. You can put anything here. Okay, just naming convention I'm giving. You can give like NWD system, something, any name you can put it out, not a problem. Here in the technical settings tab, you need to fill the target system details, which means what is the target host name? SAP Windows. What is the instance number of the NWD? 04. What is the instance number? 02. Okay, 02, we have to put it here. So then save it. The connection is established, saved, right? Then if you perform the connection test, it will work. Now it is working, which means 29 milliseconds we got the response from the target system, which is sorry, in 29 milliseconds we are getting the response from the target system. So connectivity is establishing. So that is fine. Connectivity is established. Suppose, sir, what if I don't put correctly here, I given the wrong details here, then what happens? Then your connection may fail. Your connection fails. So you have the connectivity is broken between two systems. So where is the problem here? Why the connection is broken here? Whether the my technical system details, technical settings tab details are wrong? Yes, it's wrong. Is it correct? Correct. But what is that? But NWD system is down. The system is down. The connection is failing. Connection will not work. So you have to correctly provide the instance number here. Save it. Test. So now connection is working. So you have to clearly provide the details here. Okay. Then what about the administration tab is who changed the last one? You don't need to record here. Here you require the technical settings and the logon security, security settings and the logon security, technical settings and the logon security to perform the technical settings and the logon security to perform the connection to technical settings and the logon security to. So logon security is to enter into the system. Suppose which language you are trying to enter. English. What is the client? And suppose you want to 100 client, you want to connect to the 100 client. You have to put the 100 client. This is the establishing the connectivity. But you want to enter into that city and you want to enter into the particular house. Then you want to enter into the particular system means you need user ID password, right? Definitely. So I am entering the user ID and a password here. Maybe one user ID password I am giving here. So I am one user ID password I am giving here. Then save it. So then if you do the in the utilities, if you do the authorization test, then you will get the success, which means so this user is valid to go inside of that home and to place it, right? Suppose I wrongly provided the details here. What happens? I wrongly provided the details. If you go utilities, do the connection test, authorization test, here it will say you are okay to connect, but you are not authorized to enter into that particular house. You are okay to connect to that city, that system, but you don't have authorization to place something inside of that home, right? So that is the error message here. Your name and password is incorrect. You are not enter into the system. Don't enter inside of the city. Like that, it is giving the issue. Even though your connection test is successful, your password, name and password is wrong, which means you are not entertained into go to the inside of the home, right? So inside of the home is inside of this client, you are not entertained. So that is the thing here. There are two things you need to remember here. One is the just to perform the connection test, fine. And also you need to just execute you need to enter the user ID and the password as well. Which user is authorized to go this NWD system. So that user ID password you have to paint in here. Then you can establish the connectivity. That's the main thing here. Now we created the connection. If you expand it, you can see. So where is our the one? So NWD, we created the one client, right? So where is that? Yeah, NWD 100. See here, we created that client. So we have the connection. To test it, it will connection test. And also from this system, you just remote login, you will get the NWD screen. Means from this system to you can log into that system as well. This system to you can log into that system as well. Why? Because this user ID is having correct user and password. That's the reason you are, and you can just click on the remote login means you can log into the NWD system as well from EC2. Then you can also use this system also, you can use it. So you don't need to specially log into the NWD system as well. Why? Because you can launch the screen as well. Okay. This is the connection test, connectivity establishing. Suppose, sir, my target system is the not SAP system. It's like some Google. Maybe I want to send the data to Google server from my server. How can I do that one? In this case, what you have to do, you have to go to the SM59. It's a HTTP site. Then you can use the HTTP connection. Then, so maybe, so Google. So it's like ECP to Google. I put the different naming convention. You can put whatever you want. Okay. So here my target host is, what is host? Host name means there is not server. It's a Google, right? Google.com. So by default, the service number, instance number is the 80. That is the for Google. So then you have the Gmail ID, right? Google means that you need Gmail ID authentication. Then not required to put anything here. Just connectivity we are trying to establish here. Then do the connection test here. Then it should connect it. See here 200. The response is okay, which means the connection test is working. So if you go to the response body, then you will see the Google page here, which means you can also use the Google from here, which means you are good to pull the data from the Google as well. So your Google is ready to pull the data from your system. So if your program, your developers require some data from the Google as well, so they can use this connection, this destination, they can use it to pull the data from the data. So not only Google, some banking sites, some other sites. Suppose sometimes the people, our system data should be updated in some of the, so from the financial sites. Suppose like some of our system data should be updated some of the, so suppose like if you take some banking servers or some of the, what is that called, the, I forgot that name. Suppose if you take some banking sites, something in the some sites, if you go, so they will update the there's some live updates will happens, right? Score, maybe something like deposits, something will happen, right? So how they are getting this one? Suppose some sites, what is that called, the, I forgot that name. Forgot it. Rightly I will forget it. After the class I will remember. I will get. Sometimes the, what is that called? Some sites, especially in the banking sites, their growth, like trend, how much percentage it's increased, the graphs, some graphs, maybe mutual funds. Yes, right. So some people, the mutual funds, what is the returns, what is the statement, we will get it, right? So who are updating here? Is there any person is updating here? But frequently this ICICI Bank server pull the data from the backend systems. Backend systems means, suppose our ECC system, suppose the example ECC systems. So here the users will update the data here from table level, that it will pull the data from table level, it will show the results here, like what is the trend here, what is the growth, what is the stocks, exchange, all will be recorded here in the system, right? So how they are getting the system means, in our system they are establishing the connectivity. First of all, they have to establish the connectivity, then only they will get the data from our system. So without establishing the RFC connectivity, no one connect to our system, right? So RFC connectivity is the very important here. So this is for the HTTP connectivity. This is the both are above systems, we can use this one. Internal means system internal connections, so system will take care of this internal connections. TCP/IP means program IDs. If you are the non-SAP systems, suppose some AK Bank, some DK Bank, some Documentum, some other servers, so they will connect to our systems as well through the TCP/IP program ID. How the TCP/IP means, through program ID they will connect to our systems. So this is also program ID. If you want to connect to our SAP system through program ID, you can use this program IDs. So this is the RFC administration, which means to establishing the connectivity between two systems, right? Two systems you are establishing the connectivity. So now you have established the connectivity. So now you want the data, right? Now you want to data. Now you want data to your SAP system. How can I do that one? So now you establish the connectivity. You establish the connectivity here. Then how can I pull it? So RFC destination. You establish the connectivity. Now my requirement is I want to copy the this source client to target client data. I want to copy from source client to target client data. Then I can use the remote client copy, which means you can remotely copy the data between two systems and two systems, two clients. From any client to target is the any client between two systems. So how can I do that one? Here SCC9, L is for the local client copy, right? Local client copy. Here SCC9 is for the so remote client copy is for that is transaction. Same as like local client copy only. Suppose you can log into the so maybe you can log into the what I call it as the maybe I will take here different client. Why? Because in ECP 100 we have the users are there. I don't want to merge that data actually. Maybe I can use 001. Okay, here I can use the SCC9. Sorry. Here something got lost here. Maybe I can use NWD2 ECP so that we can, whatever we want we can do in the NWD system, right? So that is fine. So that I can log in with so SAP star with the pass I can log in. Sorry. Okay.
You can log in basis also.
Yeah. Now I want to data. Suppose if you go to the SC01, see whether do we have any users are there here. Let's see, maybe we have someone did the client copy. I have 9 entries here. So 9 users are there here. So that what I can do, I will go to the SM15. I want to same data from ECP, my production system to my development system. Then first of all, I need to establish the connectivity. Then do you have any connection here? Yes, I have the ECP connection is there here, right? First check, yeah, connection is working. Then go back, go to utilities, check the authorization test, whether user is valid. No, user is not valid. So user is not there here. Then go back, go to the here, then user is not valid. Then maintain the user, but people forgot to maintain the so client number as well. Okay, I maintain the correct user password authorization test. So password no longer possible. Too many attempts failure. So what is this mean? What is this mean? Anyone knows what is this mean? So your EC, yeah, Chandra.
Many times you have to give in that password. That's it's showing.
That's the reason your user ID, your DDIC user got locked in. So your ECP system, your DDIC user got locked. So that log into the DDIC user. Why? Because the multiple times maybe someone wrongly entered. So that's the reason the user ID got locked. Then I'm going to the different user, go to the SU01, I'll put the DDIC, maybe unlock it, locked due to incorrect logon attempt. So if you type 3 times or 4 times user wrong password, then your user ID get locked. Your user ID get locked here. Your user ID gets locked here. So that's the reason maybe someone wrongly used the password. That's why it got locked. Now do the authorization test. Now it worked. I done the authorization from the NWD. Now it worked. Right? Now it worked. So which means authorization test destination is okay. Now this is the to perform the remote client copy. The mandatory preparation activity is the connectivity to your system, your other system, source system. Okay, connectivity is now we established. Go to the SCC9, then immediately it will ask the which client data you want to select. Suppose I want users data, right? I want users data, want to copy. What is the destination? Here it is not asking the client. If it's a local client copy, it will ask the client, but it is asking the destination. So before client remote client copy, we need to create the destination here. Then you are pulling the data from ECP 100 client to 102 client. That is the target client you are pulling. Then just click on the schedule as a background job. Immediately you want to schedule it, right? You can schedule as a background job so that the data is pulled from the backend system. So see here destination we created, job we created. We go to the SCC3. Here the remote client copy is processing here from ECP. See here it is processing 103 tables. 14 is completed. Previously within the same system we copied. Now from ECP is where is ECP? This is the ECP system. So we are pulling the data. All users data we are pulling. Why we selecting only users data means this is having, so this is having the, so the only users having the less data, so it quickly completed. Only 25 users are there here. 25 users are there. So we are pulling this 25 users from ECP to NWD. So all these 25 users can log in with the same password in the NWD 102 client as well. 102 client as well. And also here it is connected to the your system. If you go to the AL08, here it will show the connectivity, RFC connectivity. See here, one connection is established with the DDIC user 100 client. So RFC connected through RFC user, it is connected to the from NWD to ECP system. It is connected here, and also you can see one background user as well. If we go to the SM50, one job also, one connection. See here, one user is logged in. So maybe it's completed, I guess. Then go to the here, just refresh. So it is post processing. It is still processing. See here, data is still processing. Maybe in the NWD, we go to SM04, all users list, right? So we have one background job is running, which is pulling the data from the ECP to 100. So one background job is running. That is the background job. One RFC connectivity. So and you can see the SM37 one job we scheduled as a background job. Then one job is still active. So logs, client copy logs, we can see in the SCC3. So that we see now, right? So processing means how many clients? 37. So check that one. Yeah, still it is 37 tables only. And out of 103, 37 tables. Which table currently being edited? So this one. So what it is doing, that tables data it is copying to the NWD system from ECP. The source is ECP 100 client. So who are the users in ECP 100? Same users and same password will work in. So in NWD 102 client as well. So here you can see the details, whether the connection is still established. Yes, you can see the one RFC connection. So then you can see all the details from here. So yeah, these are the details. So now what it is doing, it is pulling the data from ECP. It is pulling the data from ECP to NWD system. So ECP to NWD, we logged into the NWD. We need data to NWD 102 client, right? So that's the reason we created the connectivity to reverse back system. Then we logged into the here. Then we used the SCC9. Then we selected the RFC destination. So what it is happening now, through this RFC destination, the data is flowing from ECP to NWD system. Data is flowing here. How? Through via Bluetooth the data is transferring here through this RFC destination. The slowly the data is coming to the NWD system, right? That is what here it is happening in the system, the ECP system. So we need to check. Yeah, I think it's not completed. It's in the post processing. Post processing means post processing. It's completed. Remote client copy is completed. Now we'll see the data. So how can we users, right? We can simply see here. If you go to the SU01 transaction code security, if you pull it out, So see here, previously we have only 9 entries. Now we have 25 entries here. All users who are there in the ECP, this is the NWD system. We go to the ECP system, whatever the users are there here, all users are pulled from the system. All 25 entries, So we have all 25 entries we have in the same screen. So in the same screen. So which means data got transferred from NWD ECP to NWD system. All data got transferred. See here, all users have got transferred. Now I can log in with this user. I don't need to create again these all users in the system. Just you can simply pull the data. You don't need to download it again movie. You can just pull the movie from your friend laptop. That's it. Okay, that is the main aim of the remote client copy. Okay, so not only, sir, why always you are using the SAP underscore user profile only, which means simply it will finish it 5 to 10 minutes. Why? Because less data, simply finish. Or shall I select then? If I go SCC9 instead of user, shall I use any profile? Yeah, you can use any profile. Don't worry. But thing is, it may take time. Depends upon the data. Depends upon the data in the your target system, source system. It may take some time. But this users means only 25-30 users means within minutes it will complete it. So that's the reason I'm sure. So you can choose the any profile. It's not a matter of the profile. So you can choose any profile, not a problem. But the thing is, it depends upon the profile and the data. It may take some time. That's the reason we can use it. Sir, how can I optimize my remote client copy? Suppose now schedule as a background job means one job is doing, sir, I want to increase it. Then you can choose the parallel processing. There is an option, means multiple process you can create it. Number of process, suppose like 10 process should run this one. Then you can choose this one. You can choose the group, which group you want to choose it. Then define the RFC, then save it. Then so schedule as a job, then that will be so multiple process will be increased, but you should have the enough background jobs or dialog process in the system. So okay, that is the secondary, but main thing is what you should know to perform the remote client copy. What is required? RFC destination is required from the source to target. Then what is the transaction code? SCC9 is the remote client copy. What is the local client copy? What is the remote client copy? What is the difference between them? So they asked this question during the yesterday's interview. So it's very important. So to check this one. Okay, this is about the remote client copy and RFC administration. Okay, so any questions from anyone here?
Sir, RFC troubleshooting means we can do like this only, right?
Yes.
Only connection test and authorization test we need to check.
If the connection test is working fine, then the connection test is the connectivity to remote system is working. If not working, then we need to check. So suppose I am establishing the connectivity to your mobile. So your mobile. So if I am unable to establish the connectivity means, is there any something wrong with your mobile? In your mobile, so something like your mobile is switched off. How can I establish the connectivity? Means your system is stopped. Then how can I establish the connectivity? Maybe I am using the wrong details to connect your systems. Maybe in that case also connectivity will wrong. Maybe your mobile, they have some rejection list. So maybe multiple reasons, some network issues, multiple reasons to connection failures, that we have to think it logically. We have to, so that's why in the SAP basis you need some logical thinking as well. So we have to explore some more options as well. So in this way we can explore multiple times. Maybe your target system is down, maybe parameters are wrong, maybe user ID password is wrong, maybe target system is down, that's why you are unable to establish the connectivity. So some more things, what more, some more things you need to explore, elaborate. So those things the interviewer may ask, right? That's why if the connection not working to target system means what are the possible ways won't work. Don't tell one or two, you have to tell like, so just 4 or 5 things you have to tell. It's not related also, you have to tell. Okay, maybe sometimes the password is wrong. Previously we have seen connection is wrong. Some paid, we maintained the wrong parameters, wrong user ID and password, that is fine. And system number we have wrongly maintained, host name is wrongly maintained. So suppose sometime network issue, both systems are up and running, if the network is down, how can I do the connectivity? Same, right? So it is also possible, right? So same. So multiple ways to perform this one. So how to check that my connection means OS level there is a log file. So to check the connection test is not that I will explain it when the time of file system, that we will come to know what are the log files we have to check if any issues. So regarding the remote client copy, any questions from anyone?
To do this remote client copy, first we need to log in with target client.
Target client, either remote client copy or target client copy. So we have to pull mechanism. So something you need, you have to go to the target location, then you need to pull from the source. Pull mechanism, pulling. There is a తెలుగులో ఏదో ఒకటి ఉంటుంది కదా, ఇక్కడ నుంచి అక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలంటే ఏదో అనాలి అంటారు కదా, ఇది రావు. అక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలంటే అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి ఇది రావు. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఆడికి వెళ్ళాలంటే ఇది రావు, ఏదో ఉంటుంది కదా. సో సేమ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అనమాట. అంటే హైదరాబాద్ లో ఒకటి ఉంది, నాకు బెంగళూరుకి నాకు బెంగళూరులోంచి డేటా కావాలి అంటే నువ్వు బెంగళూరు వెళ్ళి హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి డేటా పుల్ చేసుకోవాలా. అర్థమైంది కదా? కనెక్షన్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసుకొని డేటాను పుల్ చేసుకోవాలి. టార్గెట్ లోకి వెళ్ళి చేసుకోవాలా, పుల్ మెకానిజం అది. సోర్స్ లో నుంచి టార్గెట్ లోకి నెట్టడం కాదు. అంటే హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి నువ్వు బెంగళూరుకి పంపించకూడదు, బెంగళూరు వెళ్ళి టార్గెట్ నుంచి పుల్ చేసుకోవాలా. క్లయింట్ కాపీ మెకానిజం ఏంటంటే పుల్ మెకానిజం అనమాట, పుల్లింగ్. మనం బావిలోంచి నీళ్లు కావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలా, బావిలో బకెట్ వేసి వాటర్ ను పుల్ చేసుకుంటాం స్లోగా, రైట్? కరెక్ట్ కదా? అలా అని బావిలోకి వెళ్ళి మన నీళ్లు తీసుకొచ్చేసి పైకి ఇవ్వం కదా. సో అలా కొన్ని కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటాయి, అవి మనకి కొద్దిగా డిఫరెంట్ గా అనిపిస్తాయి కానీ, సో ఇక తప్పదు ఇక ఎస్ఐపిలో ఉన్నప్పుడు. అర్థమైంది కదా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, సో ఇవి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. అండ్ ఆల్సో యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో ప్రాక్టీస్ దట్